Hello,
All right.
everybody.
Hey.
This is Spooner Leahy here, along with the Music Man.
Hey.
Yes, that is my name.
What? Spooner?
Spooner Leahy.
Oh, okay. So we just got out of the Lego Movie. It's my second time seeing it.
My first movie viewing since American Hustle,
Yeah.
which was New Year's Day, but this is our first recording since Pacific Rim back in summer.
Yeah. So, should we review the audience first or the movie?
Okay, yeah. Actually, I'll give a quick synopsis of the movie and then just he has a huge rant for
Oh my
our
God,
atmosphere.
These fucking people.
First,
What do you go to see a movie for in a theater?
to see a movie.
To watch a fucking movie!
What were
You
these?
sit down, you shut the fuck up, and you watch it!
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself.
So, if you're one of the few people who hasn't even heard of this, the Lego Movie is a movie where it's fully made out of Legos. The universe is made, every little piece in it is made out of Legos, and yeah, it looks great, but what's the story? A random construction worker named Emmett, voiced by Chris Pratt from, I think, Parks and Rec.
And her.
He was in Her?
Yeah.
That was Joaquin Phoenix.
No, that was her. It was in Her.
He was?
Yeah.
I'll Rotten Tomatoes that. A random construction worker named Emmett is somehow chosen randomly to be the master builder of this society called Master Builders, and he is the chosen one because he has found the piece of
Resistance.
the piece of resistance, which is actually very cleverly written into the end of the movie. Sorry, I was playing with the keys. And he is trying to keep that piece away from Lord Business, voiced by Will Ferrell. And the race is on in order to foil Lord Business's evil scheme and bring balance to the land of their Legos. So
Legoland.
That's what they... I don't think they call it
I'm just
anything.
going to call it Legoland.
All right.
It makes the most sense.
And it just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
So
So.
I had a hell of a lot of fun at this.
This movie was fun.
And it's from the same people, it's from the exact same guys who made 21 Jump Street, and it actually very much shows here because it has a briskly fast pace, and
Well, it's also from the same people who made both the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs movies.
that is right, actually.
And I guess I'm in the minority. Even though those were critically acclaimed movies, I did not like them.
They weren't like anything big for me, really. It was just an amusing time. I felt the same way about those, the way that other people feel about Despicable Me too. It was
Bad joke.
Nope.
You know.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was anything great. It was a waste of time, but it was an enjoyable waste of time.
Okay,
but back to the Lego Movie.
Okay, I just want to say though, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, it's not the same for me. I didn't enjoy those movies at all.
Oh boy. So
You can hate me if you want. I don't care. I've been told. I mean, I suppose the only movie from them I don't hate is 21 Jump Street, which is just kind of an okay movie for me.
I fucking love it. It's one of my favorite comedies ever, which is a bold statement, but every time I've seen it, I never get tired of it. But yeah, let's just get your rant over with already about the audience.
About the audience? Okay, so the first time I saw this movie
when did you first see this, by the way?
This was like 2 weeks after it was released in theaters.
So it was in late January.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, obviously there's going to be a lot of kids in the theater, and this is why, you know, I don't like to see movies of this caliber in theaters anymore, because every fucking time I almost can guarantee that I'm going to get the most obnoxious audience. Fucking hell. I hate to bash a movie for like something that it obviously has no control over. Same way with Man of Steel, where we had just the most obnoxious audience.
We had an obnoxious audience for Man of Steel.
Yeah, we did. Well, at least I thought we did. There was one guy next to me who couldn't stop laughing.
I couldn't. I didn't pay attention that much because I was falling asleep half the time.
Oh, okay. Well,
Anyways.
so yeah, when you go to see these movies, I just want to watch the fucking films. And while, yes, it doesn't necessarily ruin the movie when I get a really shitty audience, but it does ruin the experience, per se. Like, it doesn't make me walk out feeling like, oh boy, I had such a fun time. And that's the same thing with this one. While I really enjoyed the movie, I didn't have fun, because every other fucking scene is this other little kid who's quoting the line, and be fucking, god damn it!
Easy.
Oh my god, it just pisses me off so much. And this time, see, what makes this time worse than the other time is that they don't even have the excuse that they're fucking kids. These are middle-aged teenagers. Some of them were even older than us, and they wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Middle-aged teenagers. That's a term that I've never even heard of
15,
before.
16.
But you do understand middle-aged people, like 40 to 50, and then teenagers.
Okay, excuse me. Middle of the road teenagers.
It's okay.
You get what I was trying to fucking say, okay?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, god damn it. Okay, so these fucking people.
You can be mad, but don't be mad at my mom's truck.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just I can't. I like to absorb the movie. I like to take in everything it can. And when I have some little shit in my ear quoting the movie, which sometimes is you. No offense. No offense.
I have done it once in a while, but I've learned.
Okay. It takes me out of the movie.
Wow, you're so fucking cool.
Yeah. It really does just take me out of the movie. So, and the same thing happened here.
I can sympathize with him because there were definitely... Actually, a safer way to put this is that there were a couple of families in there. And yes, the other ones were teens, and odds are high schoolers, which would explain the fact that they were obnoxious. But yeah, there were a couple of moms who were repeating lines like, "Oh my gosh," and I think I looked up at them once, and I think they might have gotten the hint from it. But aside from the audience, this was so much fun to see.
Yeah, it's movies like this that actually restore my faith in kid media, because
it's how the directors give the approach to it.
Yeah,
like with stuff like the Smurfs or
Turbo, Epic.
What other ones can you list off?
Equestria Girls, but that one's different.
Yes, because you're a fan of the series, but
yeah. And
another way that this has been so successful is from the power of nostalgia, because...
Well, yeah, it's I get kind of a Toy Story vibe from this.
Toy Story how?
Well, like, okay, it's a bunch of toys come to life, come together, and, just, like, have an adventure.
But that was in a cohesive...
okay, I'm not saying they're one and the same, but I'm saying it's similar. I get kind of a... it feels kind of like Toy Story in a way. At least that's how I think.
The only way that I can connect this and Toy Story is from the level of creativity. This is probably one of the most creative movies I've ever seen, besides, Pacific Rim did rip off a bunch of other stuff like Transformers and any other anime you could think of.
Well, I'm not going to say the story in this thing's completely original, too. I mean, you want to say it's been done before. The hero who boasts no capabilities of the people around him suddenly becomes the most capable person of saving the universe and blah, blah, blah. That stuff's been done before, but, it's how you approach it, and frankly, the look of this movie, I don't usually like to say this because that sometimes people take that so far to the point where it's like, oh, I don't care about the story, I just want to look at a movie, which is fucking stupid.
Although when people say that, they're wanting to give into the illusion of just it's like a fireworks show. Yeah. They want something like that where they can be entertained for a little bit, but not have to give full investment to it.
Exactly.
With this, it does go a little bit deeper though, because it actually does.
Oops.
Oh, damn it. Anyways, but this does have a deep meaning, and even though it's been said and done so many times, it is a good message to everybody.
Like, for the most part, I mean, like, Kung Fu Panda had the same moral message.
and I have not seen the second one yet, but the first one did. The first one did hammer that message in pretty well, but he still had to work for it a little bit, and here it's still a little bit brushed over.
This one, it kind of just came to him out of nowhere, which brings up probably my biggest flaw with the movie.
Give.
What?
Give. What is it?
Well, I don't know how to explain it because it's kind of a big spoiler. So
try and explain it spoiler free.
I don't know. What if you just want to tell people now, go see the movie, and at this point on we're going to talk about spoilers?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it is a genuinely good movie that it's a lot more competently made than pretty much any other animated movie I've seen in a while.
Which would be the likes of,
well, like Smurfs 2, Turbo, Epic.
Did you see Despicable Me 2?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Anyways.
But yeah, so like this is a very competent kids movie. It's good. It's good for both kids and adults. And I'm not just saying that this time. I really do mean it. If you're an adult and you're nostalgic, you'll like this movie. Especially if you're a man-child, which I know there's some people out there. I am especially a man-child.
That's gonna be me in a few years.
Fucking love this movie. When I get home tonight, I'm gonna take all my anime figurines and I'm gonna play out a whole scenario by myself. I'm gonna make my own Lego movie. With zero Legos. No. I will, but with Bionicles. That's the other thing I fucking hate about this movie. There was no Bionicles.
Probably because
that was my shit. That was my shit as a kid.
Probably because Legos aren't directly correlated to Bionicles.
No, they are. Bionicles and Legos, they're the same thing.
We'll leave that for you guys to decide.
I'm serious. And I mean I played with, the standard typical, blocky Legos as a kid too, but
yeah, like the gigantic fat pieces that they show in the end.
Yeah. And I mean I had
and that's also something that's a little bit off is the ending is very abrupt, but I think that's also the point of it because then
they're leaving it open for a sequel, which they're already working on.
They are?
Yes.
Crap.
Why is that crap?
I don't know, because
you don't want them to milk this thing to death?
No, milk it and rushed. When something is rushed, it's always never good, except for Peter Jackson, because apparently he has the miracle charm from pumping out 3 Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies in a row.
Well, okay.
Anyways.
But it's kind of debatable. I won't say the Hobbit trilogy's been the best so far.
But also one thing I found in the end is that it also correlates with the message of, or one of the aspects of imagination. Because that's also one thing that Lord Business is trying to smite down, and it just doesn't matter it doesn't matter unless it matters to you about what you want to create.
Yeah, which goes kind of with my other flaw of this movie was kind of, I thought that part was a little convoluted.
This is a spoiler area,
in my opinion. So yeah, so if you like the movie, or jeez, if you like just nostalgia, and if you want to see a kids movie that's actually very competently made and will probably bring your kids to it, you'll probably like it. So yeah, go check it out. My final rating for this is like an 8.5 out of 10. Do you have a final rating?
Probably an 8.75 to 9, pretty much.
Just to outdo mine?
No.
Just to say that I'm more positive than this asshole.
Which is almost the complete opposite. If
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. I'm probably gonna go with an 8.5 as well.
Okay. Now let's get into some spoilers.
Now it's just you and me.
Okay, let's talk about the ending. What this film does throughout the whole thing is that the Lord Businessman has these relics, which are basically real world items. He's got crazy glue, which is the crackle.
Craggle.
Craggle?
Yeah, because it's
Oh right, okay.
The Z, the Y, and the U are covered up.
Okay.
on the tube of crazy glue.
Okay, so he's got the Kraggle. The piece of resistance is basically just the cap.
Yeah.
He's got the knife of Exact Zero, which is an X-Acto knife.
It's a single. Oh, I thought it was a single edge razor.
It's an X-Acto knife. Exact Zero, X-Acto.
Never had those before.
Okay. Then there's like the Band-Aid. He's got all these things from the real world which wouldn't be there for the Lego world.
And I kind of want to say it's a bit of a ripoff of Battlefield Earth. Because remember when they're in that garden with all the relics and then they think they're gods, and then they walk around and we're like, oh yeah, haha, those are just regular things now.
There's an alarm going off right now.
That's not our problem.
Okay. Well, eventually Emmett makes his way to the real world. He falls into what they call the infinite void of nothingness, and he lands in
the basement of Will Ferrell.
Yeah, and then there's this kid playing with the Legos. He's going around and he picks up Emmett. He's like, "Hi, Emmett," and I just want to say he stares at this toy for an uncomfortably long time.
Maybe that's part of the joke.
It's not funny. If it's a joke, it's not funny. It's just very uncomfortable. It's like
awkward humor. It's supposed to be
okay. Just it's in this kid, this curly Q with his board shorts and sneakers.
I don't know if those are board shorts or not.
Well,
anyways, those are details.
Okay.
But
well, okay. This part really bugs me because it just makes the movie so needlessly complicated and makes more questions than answers.
I don't think it makes too much complication though.
It does. It really does because okay, Emmett is still conscious. He has his inner,
because he went through the portal.
But that makes no sense. If this thing is supposed to be just a scenario played out in a child's head, how is he still sentient? How is any of this still sentient?
Tell me what sentience is again?
Sentient. It's like basically alive, the ability to feel, think.
Because it went through a portal.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
That's why nothing else went through the black hole of infinityness.
No, seriously. Okay, then he starts moving on his own. How the fuck does that work?
I'm trying to argue for this.
Okay, all right, but it makes no sense, and it just confuses the hell out of me, and it makes it so complicated. You could have just gone one way with it.
Does it hurt the movie at all though?
Yes, it does.
It doesn't hurt the message at all.
Well, okay, the message not well. Okay, I can let me talk about the message in a little later, but But for what it is, you just could have gone one way with it. You could have either had it be just the kid's imagination playing out, or that these Lego pieces are actually sentient and they exist in a world of their own, and that Will Ferrell, who's the guy who owns this Lego set, is like fucking around with the crazy glue and everything, is gluing everything down, and then maybe then, I don't know, Emmett comes to life and he explains it to him, and he's like, okay, then maybe I just, but
Emmett is being lived out through the kid after he's been sent back through.
But it doesn't, again, it makes no sense, and it is just incredibly needlessly complicated. It could have gone just one way with it. You can't go both. You can't be at both a kid's imagination and sentient beings that exist as Lego pieces.
But also...
And
you've talked enough.
Okay, fine.
But I think the addition of the real life thing actually does create a decent amount more jokes, and it also explains why Lord Business needs to have everything just be perfectly normal and at bay instead of having any creativity. Which still enlightens to the message of imagination and being able to believe that you can create these great things.
Well, yeah, but you're gonna say something.
And also that crap. Where was I? Damn it!
Okay.
I was trying to go somewhere with it.
All right, can I say something though?
Go.
I mean, the message comes across. I'm not saying that it doesn't. What I'm saying is that it's an incredibly sloppy twist that really just, again, takes me out of the movie. Not, unrelated to the audience thing I said earlier. It takes me out of the movie, making me think, what the fuck were they going for with this? Because it seems like they had two ideas here that they were just combining, and they don't go together. Like I said, you can't have the imagination aspect and the sentient aspect, because otherwise you live in a really, really fucked up world.
Although if they didn't include the human element, then it would just be tired and cliched.
That's very true. I mean, I knew there was going to be a human, like a live action element. The second they mentioned the man upstairs.
I thought they were actually going to throw a God reference in there.
I thought I knew there was going to be a live action segment, but I didn't think it would be as weird and sloppy as it was here. But now the other thing, now this is the part that kind of again, this is very, very personal, but all I'm thinking to myself when the dad comes down, is the man upstairs, it's Will Ferrell, and he says, "What have you done?" And he's like, they try to make him out to play like he's just this jerk off who's like telling this kid, it's like I'm on the dad's side when he's like that. Like,
why?
Don't touch his shit. He bought the fucking Legos. He spent all that time making that city, making all those pieces, and then the kid's gonna come down and be like, I'm just gonna fuck everything up. No, don't touch his shit.
You hate kids.
Well, yes, I do. But don't touch his shit, okay? I'm on the dad's side with that. Give it. I never ever glued my Legos together as a kid, which I do think the one part I am on the kid's side about, yes, gluing your Legos in place to never ever be seen again, okay, that's a little excessive. But
that also creates a funny extreme, just to how, like, cartoony the bad guy is. And it's also funny, it helps because it's a cartoon.
Well, yeah, I know, but like I said, it just, what the... Again, don't touch his shit. and I don't know, the other aspect about this, of how they're making it seem like this kid is they make it seem like it's a really, really dramatic moment about, they're hugging it out. It's fucking Legos. It's toys. It's like, all it had to be like is, okay, fine, I'll let you play with my toys now, right after I melt the fuck out of them with this thinner. Seriously, did you see? I flipped my shit because I didn't notice that the first time I saw it.
What's the chemical that they use to get rid of the glue?
It's glue thinner. It's industrial glue thinner. That shit is going to melt right through the plastic.
Did not know that.
Yes. You can't use that harsh of chemicals on toys.
That's a nitpick, though.
Well, it's like, yeah, burn, you son of a bitches. Yeah. I've got the he's like, I've got the antidote. It's like, you're just gonna kill them all, you piece of shit.
I thought that, but at least that. So the one nitpick, and I actually did think that the hugging out dramatic thing was a cliche, and that's the one thing that I think was a cliche in this. And it, like,
what are you talking about? There were a lot of cliches in this.
But they made fun of them.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't excuse the fact they're in here.
What other cliches did they use?
Well, there's the wise black man.
It wasn't intentional for him to be a black man.
He's voiced by Morgan Freeman, and he's black. How is that not intentional?
Just keep going.
Okay. There's the one with the there's the chick with the go get 'em attitude.
You're just listing off the characters.
That's what. Are they not cliches? Are they not cliches?
You need characters with these specific attributes in order to get the story going.
Create new ones. Create new cliches.
What else would Wild Style be? Or Lucy. I actually do like the name Lucy.
I'm gonna call her Wild Style.
Lucy.
Wild Style.
Lucy.
Bitch. Oh, man.
Anyway. What other
character?
what other character attributes would you want for her?
Well, I don't know. I mean, she's like, oh, I really wanted to be. Now, okay, I want to make this clear. I don't hate Wildstyle. I don't really hate any of the characters.
She was cool.
I'm not saying she's not cool. I'm saying you are saying that she's an original character.
I didn't say she was original. I'm just saying it wasn't like it didn't seem cliched to me.
Okay.
Because she actually did put a twist on it where she already realized, oh, you're not the one. And then she's a smartass. That's something that...
Well, yeah.
Not too many other go-get-em girls do.
How many... Watch more movies, man. There's plenty of them that are just smartass. Okay.
No, the go-get-ems are just...
Okay.
The go-get-ems are pouty as hell, and then they're just whining the whole time until they get, okay. Lucy's actually funny.
Well, Lucy is funny.
Like... And she's not, like, a giant consistent nag. She's still, like...
She's still an actual character,
but she
still has the ability to turn off.
And she doesn't hold the movie back by anything.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like I said, I don't have anything against her. It's just that you said, other than that, this movie's not, there's no other cliches in this movie, and I'm just trying to spout out the movie's like, yes, there are a ton of cliches in here, but that doesn't necessarily make it bad, which is why we don't need to talk about cliches, because you know what's cliched? The word cliche.
We have a seminar, folks. What was your reaction to Batman?
It's about the same as it was in the trailer. Which, of course, you saw me flipping off the screen when he said, "Let's wing it. It's a bat pun." Fuck you. I hate puns. You know I hate puns. Yeah, it's so disgusting you had to get it out of your mouth.
No, but... I still actually thought...
I liked Batman in this movie, but...
Especially the knocks to anything like but the Bat character.
Well, yeah. I liked who's Bruce Will...
who's Bruce Wayne?
I was about to say Bruce Willis.
Who's this Bruce Wayne guy?
Bruce Willis is Batman. That'd be fucking cool.
That would be awesome. Bruce Willis is Batman. See, tell us if you think that would actually be awesome.
Okay,
Anyway.
God, what was I gonna... Oh, Unikitty, what'd you think of that?
I was, indifferent about it.
I guess. Well, see, I'm a brony, so you know I like cute things. And the first time I saw this movie, I'm like, is that a Littlest Pet Shop endorsement? It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I was confused on what that was, though.
Apparently she's an original character made for this movie. There is no Littlest Pet Shop Lego sets, and it's like, okay, cool. Her voice was pretty good. I mean, she was not... The only time I ever thought she was somewhat annoying was when she did that embarrassing line right there. That's like, oh, God, shut up. Yeah. But everything else, she was cute, and she was funny. And then there's a 1980s spaceman, voiced by Charlie Day. Yeah.
He's always awesome. I liked him in this, but well,
he should play comedic. He needs to play more comedic reliefs. He really does. I mean, he was fantastic in Pacific Rim. So
what other dramatic roles has he had? All he's had is comedic roles, but
really?
but nobody else will see him other than Charlie
I haven't seen
from
Sunny in Philadelphia. So.
Yeah, but that's what nobody. After you see that show, you will never see him again the same. But yeah, Charlie Day was actually still pretty funny. And I think it's just his voice, honestly, and how he tries to, make everything sound so serious in his high pitch. But, yeah, and actually the build-up to the one spaceship is still pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That thing's become an internet meme.
I was so happy when they had the Star Wars reference, the Millennium Falcon, because that's one of the biggest Lego sellers ever is the Star Wars Lego set.
Yeah. Even though it was kind of a pointless cameo. And they killed my favorite Star Wars character, those bastards.
What? Han Solo?
Yeah.
How did they kill him?
Were you not watching the same movie?
Yes, I know that they actually die, but I thought they killed the spirit of the character.
He's Han Solo in this. Oh shit! Dang it. That's one other thing I need to bring up. That's another flaw with this movie. You guys know me as the nitpicker, so I have to do it. There's a real inconsistency with what these characters can and can't do. See, like, there's Lego variations of famous characters like Green Lantern, Superman, Wonder Woman.
Green Lantern is a nerd.
Yeah, and so...
And you know why? Because he's got the slit in between his teeth.
Yeah.
Perfect indication.
Yeah. So, and they show Superman, he can fly, he has super strength and everything, but then all of a sudden he can't. He gets handcuffed. It's like, you're Superman! Break out of it! And the same thing with like Wonder Woman and Green Lantern. It's like if these characters are supposed to be faithful representations of what they're supposed to be.
They didn't say that they were faithful representations.
Well, then
that's also why he got stuck in the chewing gum.
But how the fuck did Superman flew? He has super strength. I thought I saw him.
What example did he have of super strength?
He picked up the spaceship and he threw it at the other spaceships.
I did not remember that part.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So, and I mean, Wonder Woman didn't once use her flight. She can fly, or her super strength. And I sound like the biggest comic book geek right here, but Green Lantern didn't use his green ring. So, what? I felt they really.
That's because they had Jonah Hill behind the voice, and they knew that if they tried to do anything with Green Lantern, fanboys would be like all up in arms saying, wow, this is the worst representation of him ever.
Well, okay, if Superman people can be up in arms, I mean, it
would have been hilarious if they got
the guy from Man of Steel.
No, if they Ryan Reynolds, if they had him voice Green Lantern again and then just poke fun at Green Lantern through him, because Green Lantern was so terrible. I haven't seen it, by the way.
I have. It is terrible. Well,
but it didn't work because of Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum.
But okay, all I'm saying is that if you want to make these characters nothing more than just Lego pieces and not actual representations of their particular characters with all the superpowers and shit, don't do what you did with Superman then, because it throws everything off. The same thing with Shaquille O'Neal.
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
Or Batman. Batman, same thing.
Oh, yeah, they are.
But then again, Batman didn't have any superpowers to begin with.
That is true. Well, he has his utility.
But you see what I'm saying? How it's like that inconsistency kind of confused me the first time watching this, because it's like you figured, you know, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, all those people.
And also, time for my one nitpick.
Okay, go ahead.
The animation is a little bit off, because at one moment they're using stop motion with the people, and then the other they're using computer, where it's actually still smooth and like the movements aren't like too like shifty.
Well, yeah.
Like it's only in the presence of the people that you
I would have preferred, I guess, because I'm a fan of Dying Arts, I would have preferred it if they went with all stop motion, but
then that wouldn't have made the fight scene or the action sequences.
You could do a lot in stop motion with action sequences. Have you seen Robot Chicken or Wallace and Gromit? Or
I breathe Robot Chicken, and I do love Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, well, all those stop motion, the action in those are awesome.
Those were decent,
and the fact that it is stop motion is enough to be like, holy shit, how did they do that?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, stop motion animation is fantastic. But
by the way, we only have 3 minutes left of battery.
I know, that's why I'm rushing this out.
Okay, sorry.
But it just bothered me a little bit that I kind of like could pick out the transition between when they used computer and when they used stop motion. Don't get me wrong, they're both awesome, and it looks great. But yeah, that was just like one point. Oh, computer. Oh, stop.
Okay.
But other than that, this was so much fun. The nostalgia and the amount of creativity that they used with like the use of water, the like speed that they created all these things, and just the whole. This film defines imagination. Well,
it really is.
It's one of the definitions of imagination.
It's a lot smarter and creative, more creative than anything I've seen from these fucking kid movies. So yeah.
And this is actually a movie you have to see a couple times because it's so fucking quick.
It's kind of like I mean, I won't sell the movie too much because it's not quite like this, but it's kind of like an Edgar Wright film.
Yeah, it is. It is because it has so many references.
Where the first time you watch it, you
just get a topical view of it.
Yeah, and then the second time it's like, oh, I didn't notice that, and then the third time you watch it, and you can keep watching it because yeah, it is just a fast movie, but it's good.
And
I like it.
I still love the reference where they say all the lands, which they're pretty much advertising. Then they smite down everything that doesn't matter, including the Speed Racer set, which nobody. Yeah, I don't even remember them trying to promote.
Yeah.
But other than that, so much fun to watch, and recommend it for anybody, honestly. Even if you don't play with Legos, you'll still be able to get into the story and, like, the wackiness of the characters.
Yep.
Signing off, I'm Spooner Leahy.
I'm the music man.
We'll have some fun.
Yeah.
Make it.
Fuck you, audience! Not you guys, but the audience in the theater. If any of you are in that and fuck you! You ruined the movie for me!
Make everything awesome.
You make everything not awesome. God damn it!
Make it awesome.
As a PSA to anyone who goes out there before the battery dies out, don't you touch that fucking record button. You go see this in the theater, you shut the fuck up, and you let them watch the goddamn movie. You hear me?
He needs to be committed.
Shut up.
I'm kidding.
Alright, bye everybody.